Tonight on DC News Now.
These photos can help people heal, help people grieve.
Each photo worth 1,000 words. How a photographer is keeping the memory of victims of the mid-air collision over the Potomac River alive. A dramatic overhaul of federal workers. Thousands of U.S. aid staff now without a job.
I received a letter of termination. No cause, no severance.
The impact workers say it'll have on the future of humanitarian aid. Some Virginians and Marylanders still without power tonight after today's winter storm. The cleanup happening now.
It's going to be a little bit blustery heading into your Friday, but we'll let you know when another round of wintry weather could roll in.
Driving hunger out of the DMV. WMATA's efforts to combat food insecurity, one cart at a time.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. Susan Tran has a night off. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers saying it has removed all major wreckage from the Potomac River after last week's deadly mid-air collision. These are brand new photos and video of the hull of the Black Hawk helicopter. You can see here being placed on a barge today. All 64 people on the American Airlines flight 5342 and the 3 soldiers on that Army helicopter died in the crash. The Corps of Engineers saying it expects to finish salvage operations by February 16th. Meanwhile, the NTSB and FAA briefed U.S. senators on the investigation today. That meeting was behind closed doors. But Senator Ted Cruz telling us a key safety system was turned off on the helicopter ahead of the crash.
Training mission, so there was no compelling national security reason for ADSB to be turned off.
Well, still tonight, no cause for the crash has been revealed. The FAA is restricting helicopters from flying over Reagan National and limiting the amount of air traffic coming into the airport. Well, many of the victims on the plane, they were figure skaters and their families coming back from a competition in Kansas. Now, one photographer who captured many of their most impressive moments is honoring them by sharing pictures of their own achievements. Our Max Marcella joins us now to look at really the touching tribute here. And Max, you know, we can see some of the photos here behind you, and they're so moving. These kids, I mean, they're so young.
That's really what stood out to me, seeing these pictures. We know their names, we've heard their stories. Now we're seeing them at their greatest. I mean, you can see just how young these kids were. These are shots that Melanie Haney took of what she believed would be the next generation of great skaters. Now, Melanie has traveled across the world taking pictures of competitions, and she says the talent we had in our area was incredible. And now she and countless others are mourning the loss of these young lives. She is going in her archive, sharing these pictures, some of the best moments of these young lives lost too soon.
I love being able to capture the kids how I see them on the ice.
Since the deadly incident over the Potomac River, we've seen tributes pop up from the waterfront in Southwest Washington to the Ashburn Ice House. This is photographer Melanie Haney's tribute.
These photos can help people heal, help people grieve.
These photos showing some of the victims of last week's tragic collision at their greatest heights. 3 of those victims captured here by Haney during skating competitions.
It just means so much to be able to freeze those moments and to be able to share them with their parents.
Photos she once shared with the skaters and their parents, many of whom also died in the crash, now a memorial for their greatness. Eddie Zhou, a leader who always supported his fellow skaters.
Boys of his age, you don't always get a lot of expression while they're skating, but Eddie, he always had a lot of joy when he skated as well as off the ice.
Franco Aparicio, a skater beyond his years.
He had a really, really special quality to his skating, and I felt like he was really starting to gain confidence.
And Brielle Byer, a cancer survivor who brought unmatched enthusiasm to the ice.
Spunky is just the word. She was, very dedicated to her choreography.
Now, Melanie says she is still working on memorial posts for other skaters and their families in our area, including the Livingston and Hanos families. She says going through the pictures is really tough. Those will take time because she was close with them. But Chris, she is saying tonight that it is worth it to make these memorial posts if it can at all help these families, friends, skating community at large, just help them heal from this tragedy.
Absolutely. And what an incredible way to honor them. these young kids and their families.
Yeah, it's a moment, as you said, that will now live forever.
Absolutely. Job well done, Max. Thank you very much. Well, meanwhile, more than 1,000 people across northern Virginia still without power due to last night's wintry mix that moved through the DMV. Take a look at this live power outages map. You can see it here on the left-hand side of your screen. Crews are out working all across northern Virginia, where some areas got hit really hard. People in that area tell us they're no strangers to power outages, saying this marks the second or third time their lights have gone out in recent months.
I heard something pop again, this little block, just between like 28th and 26th, this little corridor of Roosevelt Street. We lose power.
Well, Dominion Energy saying its crews have been out working since early this morning. They hope to have power restored all across northern Virginia by midnight. All right, meteorologist David Matson in tonight for the chief, Janessa Webb, and those crews working so hard. And you nailed it. You said that's exactly what was going to happen. You know, so there's going to be slick out there, some ice-covered road, trees, power lines.
Yeah, that ice likes to stick to those elevated surfaces, so that's where you get the power lines, the trees, the damage like that. So hopefully, yeah, the crews can get everything back to working order, and we have more that we're tracking now as we head later into the night here. All of that precipitation, whether it was ice, rainfall last night, well, it made things very damp out there, and now with a clearing sky and relatively calm winds, we have dense fog developing across parts of the area. A dense fog advisory was issued just a couple of hours ago. It goes until 3 a.m. right through the middle of the night in north central Maryland, down into parts of northern Virginia, Fauquier and Loudoun counties, to be exact. And there it is. We have a corridor of very low visibility right along that I-270 corridor, moving up through Montgomery, Frederick counties, there over toward Leesburg, and now it's even stretching over toward the I-81 corridor from Hagerstown to Winchester. So if you do have to be out on those roads tonight, please just take extra caution if you can. Now, this fog won't last, thankfully, because the wind is about to kick up as we head into the morning tomorrow. It will be a bit breezy, a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Start out your Friday. Now, our active weather pattern keeps going, though, folks. Saturday looking a little messy. We'll talk about what is to come for the start of the weekend coming up here in just a bit.
Okay, a lot happening. Damon, thanks. And when we're not on air, you can always keep track of winter storms heading our way by scanning the QR code here on your screen. It'll take you directly to the weather page on our website, or you can just go to dcnewsnow.com/weather. We have an update tonight in Southeast D.C. We now know the name of the 17-year-old boy killed in a double shooting on Tuesday. Police say Isaiah Huggins was shot just before 7 o'clock in the evening on 6th Street near Mississippi Avenue. They say a 16-year-old was also shot and taken to the hospital. We're told he is expected to be okay. So far, no arrests have been made. Anyone with information is asked to contact D.C. police. Well, Virginia State Police have issued a Cody alert for this 14-year-old boy, Noah Crooks of Loudoun County. The teen was last seen leaving his home on Iverson Drive in the Chantilly area. Well, state police say if you come across him, he may be armed with a large knife. Crooks has blonde, blue eyes, about 5 feet 8 inches tall, and weighs 150 pounds. Now, a Cody alert, that's a notification that a child is missing or endangered. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office asks anyone who has seen him or sees Crooks in the future to contact them. While the world is feeling ripple effects of President Trump's decision to overhaul USAID, that agency granting money towards humanitarian causes. President Trump's move has forced layoffs within USAID and widespread concern over what programs get funded, including for food assistance for malnourished children. DC News Now weekend anchor Ben Dennis heard from one couple whose brand new family has been upended by the move. And Ben, not only does this couple have to look for work now, but they also have to look after a newborn.
That's right, Chris. Yeah, this is a major shakeup in a major agency boasting a workforce of some 10,000 people. The White House says that some of these cuts are to ensure that American money is going toward American interests. That's their posture. But that couple that I spoke with earlier tonight say they're concerned about the future of American humanitarian aid and concerned about their little one as they grow up with now 2 paychecks not coming in.
fired while on maternity leave. I received a letter of termination, no cause, no severance, and 3 days to use my health benefits for myself and my newborn daughter.
Amy Uccello's years of humanitarian work with USAID abruptly ended after the agency faced a stop work order from President Trump.
The ripple effects are huge, and this will just drive such animosity and betrayal. Such betrayal.
Similar sentiments shared just yesterday on the National Mall.
Shock, horror, dismay.
USAID is preventing diseases like Ebola from arriving here in America.
New Secretary of State Marco Rubio insists the White House is making changes to ensure programs like USAID align with American interests.
And those that do not will not continue.
Who stands to lose and who stands to gain is unknown. Uccello worries about the health of young girls and women she says she was working to protect. On top of that, prioritizing her 5-month-old daughter alongside husband Chris Feddersen. He expects to lose his job in the coming days, working for a contractor with USAID.
You are having to juggle your own new family life, her future as well. I mean, how are you feeling in this moment? I can't imagine.
A lot has been shock and numbness, all stages of grief, but most certainly fear. Now we have someone who needs a roof over her head, who needs formula, who needs, to be able to get to the doctor.
You're sending a signal that public service is no longer valued by the American government. And that's a shame, because I think it's a very strong American value.
And tonight, the Associated Press is reporting that among the 10,000 USAID workers, 9,700 of them could very well be laid off, leaving just 300 to conduct this work all across the world. We'll have much more on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Democrats, meantime, say that they plan to fight this in Congress and in the courts. Outside of USAID headquarters in downtown D.C., Ben Dennis. Back to you, Chris.
All right, certainly feel for that young family. Ben, thanks. Meanwhile, a federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's plan to buy out federal workers. It comes ahead of the deadline the administration had set for midnight tonight. The program offered eligible pay until September 30th with benefits if they resigned. Many federal workers and organizations have protested the buyout. One federal worker saying now is the time for him and his colleagues to speak up.
Taking a risk and being bold and trying to get more federal workers to take a risk to speak out, because if we don't, then we're all going to lose our jobs.
Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt says 40,000 federal workers have already accepted the buyout. Some Democratic lawmakers have warned the administration may not actually pay those employees who resign.